Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So, as you all must have seen in the thumbnail that I have put a very beautiful question of compound interest, right? So, before starting to solve the question, I would rather explain to you all the concept, right? So, let's start. Let's say, let's say, uh, my principal, my principal is 10,000 and rate is 10% per annum, right? So for the first year, my simple interest or compound interest, it is how much? 1000, right? It is how much? 1000. For the second year, I will get this 1000 plus extra 10% of 1000, which is 100, right? For the third year, what happens in the third year? I will get this 1000 again, and I will get 200s from this 1000, right? So 2 times 100 I will get, and 10% of 100 I will get how much? 10, right? And in the fourth year I will get 1000 here, because there are 3000 now, so I will get 300. Okay, so 3 times 100, there are 300s above, so I will get 10% of 100. So 3 times 10 I will get, right? And a 10% of 10, and I will get 1, right? So for the first year my interest is how much? 1000, right? For the second year my interest is how much? 1100. For the third year my interest is how much? 1210. For the fourth year my interest is how much? 1331, right? So if you see what is the ratio for the first year and the second year, as you can see, it is how much? 10:11. For second year and third year, the ratio is how much? 10:11 again. Similarly, if you check for the third and the fourth year, the ratio is here how much? 10:11, right? So can I say for every 1 year period, for 1 year gap, my my compound interest is becoming how much? 11 by 10, right? So I can say 11 by 10 is the multiplying factor for the 1 year period, right? For the 1 year period. But what about the 2 year period, 3 year period? So let us consider the case for the 2 year period, right? So if I add up first year and second year, so this is for 2 years, right? This is for 2 years. For the third year and fourth year, it is again how for 2 years, right? So we are considering for the 2 years gap, right? So for first and second, CI becomes how much? CI becomes how much? 2100, and here it becomes how much? 2541, right? If I take the ratio, I think it will get cancelled by 21. Yeah, 21, and this will become 121, right? So my ratio becomes 100 ratio 121. So can I write this 100 as 10 square and this 121 as 11 square, right? So what observation I draw over here, that for a single year I had multiplying factor as 11 by 10. For a 2 year period I got this as how much? 11 by 10 square. Similarly, for a 3 year period I will get 11 by 10 to the power how much? 3. Similarly, for n year I will get this as 11 by 10 to the power n, right? So this is basically the observation, this is the concept, right, which is about to be used in the question that I put in the thumbnail. So let's just proceed. Okay. Before solving for that question, in the question my question is asking for that 25-year time period, right? So let's just go for the easy one, right? So let's calculate for a 30-year period. So in the question I have given, for 10 years the compound interest is how much? 600 I have given. And for 20 years, it is how much? 1950, right? 1950, and I need to calculate for how much? 30 years. Okay. So as I have already explained, to you by giving the example, if it is a given 10-year period here, so I must move ahead by 10 years only, right? I should compare 10 year with a 10 year only, right? So for a 10 year period, what will be my here compound interest? It will be how much? Total is 1950, so 1350 will come here, right? And I need to move ahead again how much? 10 years, because I am first asking for CI for 30 years. Okay, so let's just calculate for 30 years, right? So 10 years again. So can I say for every 10-year period, let's say if the multiplying factor is A here, it should also be A here. Okay, it should also be A here. So let us just check the multiplying factor, right? So let's just check the ratio. Okay, so 0 gets cancelled. This is 5 12 times, and this is 27 times. This is 4 and 9, right? So 4 ratio 9 is the ratio, okay, for the 10-year period. This is for 10-year period, right? So multiplying factor is how much? 9 by 4. So here I just need to multiply 1350 into 9 by 4, right? So what will happen? This is how much? 4 3 12, 4 3 12, 3 4 75, 337.5 into 9, right? So what will come? 9 5 45 67 6 33 3 27 3 and this, okay. So 3037, right? So what will be my CI for 30 years, right? CI for 30 years will be how much? 600 plus 1350 plus 3037.5, right? You just add these values, you get the CI compound interest for 30 years, right? So this was the easiest part, right? So let's now understand how to calculate for the 25 years, okay? So for 25 years, we need to calculate here now. Okay, CI 25 years, we need to calculate. Okay, in the question I have given 10 years CI is how much? 10 years CI is how much? 600. Again, we know 10 years CI in the last question we did, it was 1350, right? But now we have to move ahead only how much? 5 year only, right? So for 5 year period, for the multiplying factor to compare, right? So I should also take the time period comparable, na? I should compare 5 year period with a 5 year period before that, right? Not a 10 year period. So I should find out what was the CI in this 5 year period, right? In this 5 year period, then only I will multiply by the multiplying factor to get the value here, right? So I should divide this 10-year period here into how much? 5 years, right? But I need to know what is the multiplying factor of the 5 year gap, right? So we already calculated for a 10-year period, my multiplying factor came how much? 4 ratio 9 or 9 by 4 I could say. So for a 5 year, it would become how much? Under root of this, right? Simple. I already explained to you in the example of by taking the principal 10,000, then calculated for every 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, then we compared the whole 2 year value also, right? So it will become how much? 3 by 2. That means for every 5 year CI, my CI, it becomes how much? 3 by 2, right? So so here right, so 3 by 2. So here can I say this is divided in this ratio, right? 2 ratio 3. So the value of 5 here becomes how much? 1350 it becomes, right? So value of 1 is 270. Value of 3 will be how much? 810, right? So this 5 year period here, the CI is how much? 810. And this 810 will be multiplied by the multiplying factor, which is 3 by 2, right? So what will I get? 810 into 3 by 2, okay? This is how much? 405. If I multiply it, 400, 1200, 5, 15, 1200, 15. Right. So what will be the CI? What will be the CI for 25 years? 25 is simple. 600 plus 1350 plus how much? 125 we calculated. So you simply add these, you will get 600 plus 1300 is 1900, 1200, 3100, 60, 1365 you get, right? So this will be my CI for 25 years. So guys, I hope I have cleared all your doubts regarding this concept particularly, and I hope you will not get any issue if you get any such type of questions in the future, right? So thank you.